Okay, we are officially live. Woo! So also too, if you guys have questions, feel free to use the group chat. I do have the chat pulled up to the side here. So if you guys do have questions about that. But we're just gonna start with the trainer Facebook page here. And just want to make sure that we all have printed the exact same things. I will say that by kind of going back and doing some of the one-on-ones with people who, let's say, like did step down from being a trainer for the moment, and also just a couple conversations from you guys, like I definitely taking the responsibility upon myself that we're all not doing the exact same things. So this is really like why we're all just like sitting down together doing this, so that way we can just make sure that we are going forward together, literally saying the exact same things, also giving the exact same things as well. So what I am going to start with on the trainer holy grail here is just from back at the basics. So really making sure that these are the documents that are in your binder. So I did get a binder that is literally this massive thing, and it is actually every single person like from our team who's actually working their business. So like the very front part of it is all my new girls. All of you guys have a little section for people who I'm doing one-on-one coaching with, and then I have a section in the back for people who are working, and I have separated out by like first line, second line, third line, and fourth line. So just in case you are wondering like what I have in here, that is why my binder is so massive. And so in one sheet protector, I have the one-on-one meeting agenda. That is this thing here that we're going to talk about. And then I also have like that little black brochure thing that's in here too, because that is on my checklist to go over. And then I have the next steps worksheet. I am keeping one for myself, and I'm writing the exact same stuff on hers. So we'll talk about that today. I do have also printed off in my sheet protector. So let me grab Amanda, who I recently just did. She has the next steps worksheet in hers. She has the after party appointment agenda in it. And then also too, she has the 90-day check-in meeting agenda as well. So it's literally just like all together. And then like her PRCEF is in the back here. And so the other thing that I did print off, I just printed off one is the trainer coaching guide. And I did have this in a sheet protector so that this way you're able to just have that as a reference guide as to like if there's like a script that you should be texting people from that step on the Excel spreadsheet. And then also too, just making sure that you have your Excel spreadsheet downloaded and to your computer. And we're going to talk a little bit more about like how to get in the habit of that, of using that. And then something that you're going to give her. So I do have pre-made the one-on-one meeting packets that I'm giving them. So they're already pre-made and ready to go. I also, behind that, I've already pre-made her IEP sign-on bonuses. So again, it's just like 10 catalogs, 10 order forms, 10 shopping bags. You can do one or all of those things. It's totally up to you guys. But that's what I have in that little gifty right there. And they're just pre-made up. So if like you need help, definitely make sure that you guys are asking your family. And I would probably make up like 10 to 20 of those, just so you are ready to go and you're not like scrambling. Because I know that that was for sure me last year, and it was not a good feeling to feel like, holy crap, I totally forgot to send out her IEP gift because I didn't have those pre-made up and it wasn't well prepared. I also do have in a folder these things here for like that are extras. So my folder, I have extra copies of my one-on-one meeting agenda. I also have my after party appointments. I have like 30 of those print out. I have 90-day check-in, and I also have the one-on-one worksheet. I have extras of those printed out because she does need to bring hers filled out to the one-on-one orientation, but sometimes like she might not have a printer, so she's not able to. So I do just have those extra copies in this little folder, or you can put it into your binder in a sheet protector or whatever works for you guys. But in my pre-made up packets for the new girls, I do have the one-on-one worksheet, If she still needs it, I would give it to her. It's not in her packet, sorry. But she does for sure have in her packet the next steps worksheet, the who do you know sheet, the booking scripts, which are stapled together, the booking objections, which are stapled together, 3 copies of the 40 guests, 3 copies of the party kickoff form. I do need to right here update that little link for the team incentives. So I will do that tonight. I am going to be putting up the new like layout of that little chart. I do have that finalized. I just haven't updated that yet. So I'll be putting that here for you guys to print off as well. The demo script. So I didn't realize that there's a new name for Kaya. So that is also something that I have to go back and do. If you guys already printed out a couple of the demo scripts, like don't feel like you need to throw those away. I'm just letting her know like, hey, the old name for the Kaya is actually called blah, 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 because I don't even know what it's called now. And then just making sure like that you have like the newest updated one. I did have to go back and change like the Healy Aftershave Mist from Skin Therapy, the, you know, Stretch Mark Oil, Healy line, and a couple other things in there too. So just make sure that you have like the newest updated version. And I'll get up that demo script tonight. Writing a note. Okay. Then the other thing, that black welcome guide you guys just saw. Did everybody get a black welcome guide from corporate? You guys can use the chat or you can unmute yourself. Just want to make sure you guys all have it.
I did not. I did not.
Okay, so who did not get one? Amanda?
Amanda. Yep. Aaron.
DK.
Cass, do you have one?
Yeah, I just put in the team chat or whatever. I got one, but I lost it, and so I called corporate, and they're gonna send me a new one.
Okay. So I have some extras. Give me a second here. Okay, so I'm gonna make a little note here. So you didn't get so if Amanda, Aaron, DK, if you guys want to try to call corporate and just tell them that you never got it, then hopefully they'll be able to email or mail you a new one. If not, I have 2 paper copies, and then if all else fails, we can just get you guys a printed copy of like by taking a picture of it. I'll explain like how I use it. It's really not the whole entire thing. So I'll kind of show you guys that in a little bit here. But the last thing here is if you guys have not seen like the picture of the actual packet, again, what I'm giving for their one-on-one gift is going to be just 3 little samples, 10 blank business cards, and just a cute little card here. You can recycle, you know, the positivity cards or business tips that you guys get from team meetings. This is just an idea of something to keep it simple. So going from there, we have, let me just pop back here. Things I take her in, we all know that we're going to take her in the Holy Grail. I am also messaging her the first, 2 videos and telling her, to let me know when she gets those completed, or like asking when she's going to be able to watch those videos. And then that's the time that we would figure out the time for her one-on-one. I'm really calling it an orientation now, and I think that we should kind of go forward with that verbiage because a meeting, like a one-on-one meeting, like it doesn't sound as like serious as an orientation. Like when you start a job, it's a no-brainer that you do the orientation so you know what the F to do. And if you don't do the orientation, then you're not trained in. So I think that terminology orientation makes more sense for people. And then here is your IP gifts down here, and then here's the Zoom login as well. So let's kind of start with exactly what happens when she gets to your house. So, also too, making sure that you guys know, like, don't feel like you need to be cleaning your house. Like, they just want to know that you're a normal human. You don't need to be doing all these extravagant things. Like, literally, I had literally like my laundry all over my house, and my house was a total mess with dishes in it. Like, I don't care. Like, we're all humans, right? So don't feel like you need to really care. So when she gets to my house, you know, I ask if she wants a bottle of water or if there's anything I can get her to snack on or to drink. And so when she gets there, we're just automatically going to open up her computer. We are going to have her go directly to the training website, and I physically have her bring a computer, okay? And if she doesn't have one, then I'm going to have her sit literally right next to me so we can be looking at this together. If you've done this and she's been using her phone, I'll tell you guys that right now it's super annoying. It's like she's literally having to pop back and forth between all these different things. You know, she's not able to see everything at the same time, especially when it comes to making their Facebook event. They literally have to exit back, go back in, exit out, go back in. It's really annoying and it's a waste of everyone's time. So just stress the importance of, like, once you guys finalize the date that she's going to show up to your house, tell her you need to bring a calendar, you need to bring a notebook, a pen, your computer, and also a charger, and your phone charger. So like, here's an example of Autumn is redoing her one-on-one with me. So I told her, I basically messaged her, these 2 videos, you need to make sure that you watch these. This is the date and time that we have. Bring laptop, charger, notebook, and calendar, and print off the one-on-one worksheet and fill that out before you come. Most of the time, you know, they will fill out the one-on-one worksheet, but like I said, sometimes they don't. But okay, so she gets there, we sit down literally next to each other. I have my computer, I have her computer. This is kind of like how I set up my screen, is you guys are going to be able to see like dual screens here. So basically we start off with the worksheet. So if you guys are looking at your one-on-one meeting agenda, so make sure that you're looking at that. I'm literally going to walk you guys through this. This is like how I go off of this as well. So we basically are going to get out her one-on-one worksheet. And if, again, she doesn't have it filled out, she's going to fill it out before we even get started. And then basically we just kind of go over what's on that. So like, who are the 3 people that she put down for her first parties that she wants to do? We are also going to go over like how much money does she want to make, and I'm writing those things on my end of her next steps worksheet. So like for Amanda, I wrote down like her why, who are her first 3 people that she's going to ask for parties, and I'm writing down like as much detail as I can. So like for her why, it was student loans, and I asked her, how much money are you paying per month? How long are your loans? She also said credit card debt. So I said, okay, how much total? So she said 10,000, and then I asked like, how much are you paying per month for your minimum? And then like a dream that she wants to do with her money, she had said put down money on a new house. So then basically from there, we take, okay, like if you want to make 500 to 1,000 per month, you know, these are where you're going to be putting it, but this is how many parties you need to do. So that's really where we do the breakdown, is based off what she's going to tell me. And then I say, okay, well, if you want to make $1,000 a month, 1,000 divided by 200, that's what you're going to make on average per party. That's holding 5 parties, which means you need to book 8. Book 8, hold 5. Is that realistic for your schedule? And if she's like, yeah, that's actually realistic, I'm like, great. One of your pieces of homework is you want to make sure that you go home and you are going to highlight your calendar. So that way you know what days you have open for having parties. And so then I write down like, you know, what her goals are for bookings, and little things like that. Like I also like to really find out about her family. Like, is her partner supportive? Because the people, I'll tell you guys, the people who don't have supportive partners, will quickly fizzle out in this business. And if you can catch and support that from the very beginning, then that can be really, really helpful for her to understand, like, you know, there's been people in this business who have not had supportive partners and can be really, really successful with this. So it's not a make or break. But basically I am writing those things down. So when it comes time to reminding her as to like what she wants to do with this, that's kind of what I'm using. And then I'm going to explain the team page. So if you guys, I'm assuming you all have your own team pages. You know, Erin, you kind of have a lot of team pages to explain. So really it would just be like, okay, well, this, your team page is my immediate team page. These are the things that I post in here. This is the, you know, Hot Pockets team page. This is like the main like giveaways, you know, incentives, and little updates and things like that. And this is where mainly your training is going to be, with this Holy Grail go-to guide listed right here. And I'm going to show you this today. Okay. And then basically the other thing that I show her is that the importance of the search button, okay? Because I am 100% going to take it all on myself that I like asked for this, that I made people super dependent on me because I answered all the questions extremely quickly. And now it's to the point where I'm super overwhelmed with how many questions people ask me daily because I haven't taught people how to use the search button. So right from day one, you guys, you have to teach your team members. You know, I have a life outside of Pure Romance, so I'm not going to be available 24/7. So make sure that you use this search bar. And there's actually these really cool topics over here that you can be clicking on as well. And then it'll pop up all of these things that are applying to it. So if you're looking for, let's say, scripts, you can click on that and that'll pop up something, or you can search in the search bar. And then also too, Tyler, like there is YouTube, there is also the, you know, training, you know, checklist here. There's the COO, the search button on there. And also too, I tell her you can always post any questions that you need to in the team page. And there's always someone on Facebook that I'm sure that can help you answer your questions. Okay. All right. At what point should I post the same stuff in my team page like you do? Okay, Aaron, we're going to come back to that. So keep posting your questions in the chat below. If it's not technically, you know, relative to like specifically the training, then we're going to kind of table those. I promise we're going to come back to those at the end. Okay, so great questions. We're going to come back. Okay. So next up on your one-on-one meeting agenda, it says we're going to go along with the checklist. Okay, so you know, we've already gone through the one-on-one worksheet. We've kind of already dived into that. So now we're on to this checklist here. So your one-on-one meeting agenda literally follows the checklist that she has. And then also too, it kind of pieces into with the Holy Grail. So right away, I'm just going to have her click the Pure Romance website. She's going to get logged in. Most of the time, your girls are not going to have logged into the COO. If she has, you already know that she's a big researcher and she is probably already dove into like watching videos. Like that was for sure what Amanda did the other day. My new Amanda, sorry, Amanda Johnson. We have another Amanda on our team, how confusing. So she has literally already dove into all these different things, and I can already tell she's a researcher, she's an Excel spreadsheet kind of girl because she is already logged in. If you need to help her log in, just make sure that you guys know how to do that before she gets to your place with what her password and her email address and all that jazz is. So briefly, what I'm just going to explain to her is I'm not going to physically show her. I'm just going to say, hey, this is like where you're going to place your regular order. We have a video for that we're going to show you how to do that. Once you've had your first couple parties, this is where you're going to see like corporate updates on things like right here. You can scroll down, check everything out. We also have here where we're going to update our information from your checklist today. So we're going to show you that. But this is basically where your like main meat and potatoes is for like how to enter parties and how to place orders. Okay. This training tab, this is a really great resource, but it can be overwhelming. So just stick to your checklist and just stick to your Holy Grail. And then if there's anything else that you know, want to go research, great. If you've already done the main things that you need to get done. Okay. So on her checklist next is the My Information tab. She's going to click that along with you. Just making sure that she knows that we need to make sure that her address is what is listed here. Sometimes if you accept their money and you took their money for the kit and you purchased it, then your address might be listed here. So just making sure that is up to date. Making sure all of this is correct. I do make sure that I tell her, hey, we got to make sure we upload a photo because they're going to, you know, random person's going to order off your website or book a party with you versus someone who isn't. Clearly, I have not updated this in 5 years, but it's a picture. Clicking on my website, I do make sure that I copy and paste and send this to her so that she knows that she can send this out to her friends and they can order. And then that's kind of the next bullet point here. Is that I kind of explain about how the website orders work. And so I say basically corporate will ship them out for you. You make a commission of 30% if it's $39.99 or less. And if it's $40 or more, you make 40%. You literally just get a commission. So in your checklist today, I'm going to show you how you can sign up for your direct deposit on your own time. But this is basically all that you need to know. And then that's also a free website too, which is really awesome. So yeah, I just have her copy and paste that, send it to herself. I really don't think that there's really anything else that she needs to click on here. So that's pretty much all that I do is address, photo, website. And then next, we're going to go back to her checklist. And we're just going to pop down to where it says direct deposit. And I tell her like, hey, when you want to sign up for direct deposit, how you get paid out from your website orders, then you're gonna enter in your information here. But corporate basically will directly deposit those every Monday if it's $20 or more. And if it's less than $20, it's gonna roll over to the next week. And then if let's say you're placing a regular order, you could also get that off of like cash off your next order after like your party there. So all right, so we already talked about the COO, her information, her website. This is also new. I just actually realized this if you guys haven't seen the new checklist. This is where they can actually sign in or text in to get updates. So if any of you guys have not done this yet, I probably would do this today. So that way you're able to get like kit sale updates. They really are just, you know, I've only really gotten like kit sale updates or like new product updates for like videos when things have launched. So it's pretty cool. The next thing we talk about is taking a cute selfie. So, you know, this is a great, you know, pretty generic way to announce your business. I really would suggest, you know, telling her like, do something fun and like mysterious, like you're holding up a product and you take a picture. Oh my gosh, I did something fun. Who wants to guess what new adventure I just started? And that way your friends and family are able to guess. You know, this year I'm really going to be going towards like teaching you guys more about like mysterious, posting for your products on your social media, on your personal page to really help gain interest for people to, want to join your VIP group. Jana Vukulic does this a lot. So like if you guys saw, you know, Jana Vukulic did the whole GPS plumper thing. She had like held up the plumper and was like, ooh, this new plumper is gold. If you know what this is, comment below. You know, it's just like really intriguing, but your hand is covering what it actually is. And people literally are like, what is that? Is that a lip plumper or is it something else? So basically just really more towards like, you know, curiosity is what we're really trying to show. So if she just goes with this, cool, it's not a big deal. So, and then the next thing on the checklist, I really just show her that, you know, we want to just start some sort of practice about like telling people what your business is. So like when people ask what Pure Romance is, if they've never heard, you know, I just explain like, you know, just tell them how much fun our parties are, like that we give away free stuff, that are bath and beauty. You know, we have, you know, lubricants and lingerie and relationship enhancing products. So this is just a written guide in case you need something. But there is also on our Holy Grail a video in case you want like a more in-depth explanation. That's how to tell people what you do with Pure Romance video here. All right. Next on your checklist, we're going to talk about Square, okay? So this is the part where I have her write them down, and that does say it on your checklist because there is technically like 7 or 8 different steps for this, and I will say that this can be one of the most confusing parts. So I have her grab her notebook and her pen. Okay, you literally need to physically tell her this because she's like, oh, I totally got this, but people will forget and not do it the right way. So I tell her the first thing you're going to write down is you're going to click on the checklist, you're going to click the pink square. You're going to go now to the COO, so you probably have to like log back in. And then this is where I'm really explaining to her the 2.25%. So on your little checklist here, it's basically telling you guys that, you know, your Square credit card reader is totally for free. The way that Square makes money is, let's say you swipe $100 transaction, they're going to take $2.25 of that $100. So it's super, super minimal, but that's basically how they make their money. If you did not go through Pure Romance, you would be getting charged like 3.5%. So we do have a partnership with Pure Romance and Square, so you're going to be saving a lot more money. And so then we're going to scroll down and I explain, you know, these questions here, these are going to be some commonly asked questions and answers. This you can come back to when you're making your account in case you have questions. And then step number 2, we want to make sure we click the pink button, US Consultants Get Started Here. So she writes that down. All right. And then I tell her step number 3, on your own time. I'm not going to have her take time right now to do this because this sometimes can be time consuming. And this is really not what the one-on-one is for. I'm going to show her everything up until that. So I tell her, like, we're going to make a new Pure Romance email address. I might do prbysarahj@gmail.com or prbysj@gmail.com. Don't do what Nina did. And then you're going to be able to create your new account and then you're going to log in. So then, again, on your own time, you're going to come back, do the steps that we just wrote down, and you're going to create that new account. So step number 4 is going to be, we want to order your free credit card reader on your own time as well. So once your account is made, you're going to be able to log in. And you can show her this. Otherwise, there is a video. So it's called How to Order Your Square Credit Card Reader here. And it's on the Holy Grail. But just so you guys know, in case they do have questions, literally that video shows you exactly where to go. But I believe it is... it's under somewhere. That's why we have a video. Nina's not going to remember this today. So we're in a time crunch. Y'all get the gist. So I literally wouldn't even take time to show her that. Just make sure she knows and writes down, watch the video on how to order your free credit card reader. Just to let you guys know, you can order free credit card readers from the COO underneath business supplies. I have stocked up on like 10 of them. It was super nice to know that I could give Amanda a credit card reader in person when she was at my house. If, let's say, she's a long distance girl, I would just pop that into a little thing that I'm going to ship her, and also like the business cards and the samples too. So just keeping it really easy, but those are free. I ordered 10 at a time. You can order multiples. So I really would take advantage of that so that you guys are helping them be prepared. They could literally start taking money right then and there. Still a little salty that the credit card readers don't come with the kids, but we're gonna be fine. Okay, so next step is right here, right now, I am gonna have her grab her phone. I'm gonna show her my little Square app on my phone, and she's gonna get that downloaded. And then I'm gonna tell her, you know, we don't have our account made yet, so we can't technically, you know, open the app, and we can't really log in, but I just wanna make sure that we download the right one. So, thanks, Starbucks, for dinner. This is my banana bread. So what we're going to do is next on your list, we're going to write down download Square Reader or download Square app. Check. Once that's done. And then I'm going to have her write down, we need to open up a free checking account. I think that this is one of the things that we assume new girls do, and not everybody does. And I know that it seems really dumb, because it is, that people don't do it. Okay. So we have to explain why. So when I explain it, you're going to go to Wells Fargo, wherever you bank, walk in. So yeah, I want to open up a new separate checking account. And then you're just going to not say nothing about your business, because they're going to ask for paperwork. We don't have paperwork. And then you're going to walk out with your routing and your account number. So that is listed on your guys' one-on-one meeting agenda. Make sure she writes that down. Those two things are what you need to log into the app, the Square app, to link up your new account. So I explained to her, when you swipe someone's card, that money goes to your business checking account. You're going to get a credit or like a debit card. That's what you're going to use to order your items on the COO. And again, we have a video for that. So last thing is, we'll tell her, you know, you can then, once you have your new account created on your desktop for Square, then you can log into your app and put those two linked together. You should get like some sort of confirmation email, and like wanting to do like a fake swipe of like $1 or something. So just making sure she does go through the confirmation. I have had new consultants not to do all of the things with confirming their order, and then basically they had to wait like 2 weeks to get even their money from their launch party. Then that is not your fault, Cash. Okay, great question. You know, I think that Megan is one of those people, and that's okay. You know, you really can't do anything. You know, you can't really make someone work their business how they should. But you know, if you are had a great conversation with a new consultant earlier today, with, you know, if you do the things that I tell you, which you guys are going to do, if you do the things that I tell you, then you're going to be having a successful business. If you don't, then I can't really help you, because, you know, the things that I'm going to tell you are technically optional, but I'm helping you be successful. So the other way that I explain it, Cass, so if you find that this is happening a lot, I say it's kind of, and I do say this literally every single time, I say, you know, it's kind of like the CEO of Target. He doesn't have a personal account with the you know, Target account for their business. That sounds dumb, right? That's because it is. You don't want to mix and match your own personal money with your Pure Romance money. And then I would say, like, I've seen, you know, sometimes it happen where, you know, as consultants, you know, you don't have a separate business account, so you get shopping happy and you end up spending all of your money instead of making money. And that's never my intention. And if you have said exactly all of that same stuff, Cass, then that's really not something that's on you. You know, again, that's not your problem. So you're doing your due diligence. So kind of just reminding them, you know, when you connect with them, like, hey, how's setting up your new separate checking account? And also too, you can ask like why, because it is totally for free to go to your bank and get a new checking account. And I would just ask her why, you know, and then, you know, you can kind of go over those objections. Like, I totally understand, blah, 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 blah. And if you need more verbiage, like, let us know. We can help you. Sorry that that's been a little difficult. Is anyone else running into that? I guess I'm kind of curious.
Honestly, I don't think I ever really follow up with them afterwards. Like, I'm not their mom. I'm not their boss. I tell you what to do. So if you don't do it, that's on you.
Mhm.
I don't really confirm if they've gotten another checking account. So I don't know. So maybe they haven't. I don't know.
Okay. I feel you. Okay. All right. Thanks, Erin. All right. So next up on your checklist, talking about Inventory Advantage Program. So let's pop back over to her checklist. When you guys click this little pink Inventory Advantage Program, it's going to take you to a new screen. And really what I'm using on this screen here, I tell her, like, you can come back and you can read all this fun information here. You can watch a couple videos, but what I'm just going to scroll down to is we're going to click US program details. Oh, that is really hard to read. So when you guys click this, so you're not expected to memorize the details of the IEP, but if in case you guys need to see this written again, it's all listed here. So basically I'm telling her, like, hey, did you have any questions about the Inventory Advantage Program? And she's like, no, or yes, or whatever. And then I say, okay, cool. Well, I just want to go back over it one last time here with you. And then on your black booklet here, it does have a picture of the Inventory Advantage Program. So this is where I say you get $1,000 worth of product. You get it upfront for you get this upfront for 60% off. Right now your buying discount is 30, 40, 45%, whatever her buying discount is. So you're actually going to be making anywhere from 15 to 20% more by getting this whole box of goodies. When you accept it up front, it's about $120 to $150 to accept it, and that's that's tax, that's a processing fee, and shipping and handling. And then beyond that, you're going to be paying back your kit of just $79 for 5 months, okay? So I will tell you that when consultants do this, and most of our team does do this, and using that verbiage, like everyone does this, makes her want to be like everyone else. And basically telling her, like, when you do this, you're going to be 200% times more successful. Because if you think about it, women are instant gratification buyers. They want to take their things home. They buy product because you have product on hand. And then also too, you're going to book more parties. People want to party with people who have inventory. And then also too, that when you know you are selling more product, your hostess is going to get more free product, and plus they're going to make more money. So it is a win-win all around. Okay, so that's Inventory Advantage Program. If you can get her to sign up right then and there, awesome. Typically at this moment, I am popping over to the Pure Romance website where I can look up where her 30-day window is. So on her copy and my copy of the Next Steps worksheet, at the bottom, right where I wrote down like all of her information of her why, that's really where I'm writing down her IEP 30 days out. So for like Amanda, she just signed up. She has until February 13th for the IEP. And she was like, yeah, I'm planning to do that. So basically I just wrote down a little note, like plan to do, need to follow up and make sure she did it. So at that moment, I'm going to look up underneath my reports, underneath new team members, and you're going to be able to count out how many days she has until she has for the IEP. So just counting that out and giving her the physical date on her Next Steps worksheet as well. And then the other thing is just paying attention to like when she does do that. So like Amanda actually already activated her business, which is placing a $300 retail order, but she has not done the IEP. And if you're not really sure how to figure out if your new girls have done the IEP yet, I'm just going to quickly, this is a side note, just show you guys where you can look that up. So you can look up that underneath purchase. Nope, I lied. Nope. Oh my God, the reports killing me. Hold, please. No, hold on. Oh, here we go. Orders and order history. I think, no. Dang it. They changed all these reports and now I have no idea. Okay. Does anybody remember when there used to literally be a part like right here? What it used to be for your team. This is like for me though, and I don't want this.
Nina, go to orders and go to team orders.
Oh my God, I'm blind. Thank you. Jesus Christ.
I'm sitting here cracking up like Nina's ass.
My brain is fried from having 7 parties this week. I'm super sorry. Okay, thank you, VK. So you can search by Inventory Advantage Program right here and click search. And then this is going to be all of your 1st through 5th downlines. So then you're able to see once this shit works. All right. Well, looks like this is not working. Basically, it would be listed here as the IEP. So like right here, Ellie took advantage of the IEP. So for you guys, it would say like new consultant IEP. So I'm really unsure why this is not working. So basically you would just have to sift through here. I would do this like every, like 1 time a week, just so you don't miss that. And then what else is on our checklist? Okay, done with IEP. Back to her checklist. That is going to be down here. Talking about placing her first order. Just want to let you guys know, in case you don't know, there is how to place her first order here. This is a corporate video on YouTube that is really just going to show them like how to use the orders tab and how to place an order. So I would really recommend to make sure that she's utilizing resources like that, because there is going to be a time where, and right now is the time where you guys don't have time to do a phone call for every single new consultant to how to place her order. You can watch a video, you can freaking figure it out, okay? We're grown-ass adults. If you can't watch a video and do that, what it's telling you, then we got some issues bigger than what I can help you with. So make sure that you guys are thinking and getting in the mindset of what you can do now for one, what you can do for a team of 1 million. So that way, you know, you're maximizing your time. You know, we do have a video for it, so you don't need to be doing that phone call with her. Next up on here is talking about your dates. So that's where, you know, we would show her like, yeah, also too, we have our team dates listed here on the Holy Grail. I'm going to give you a paper copy of all the dates. If you guys haven't seen the new dates, I did put it into a chart of like, is it online? Who's it for? Senior consultant or advanced consultant or the entire team? Is it free? Does it cost money? So it's going to be a little bit easier because I did have a couple new consultants who are like, oh, is this free? Does this cost money? Like, is this in person? So I just made it a little bit easier. Next on your checklist, the get your party section on. So this is one of the most important party sections. And I tell her, you know, I'm going to give you this who do you know sheet. This is the beginning to your mastery list. And I think that sometimes that even I still to this day, I know that all of you guys have not made your mastery list, and you guys cannot pre-assume that your new girls are making their mastery list. You literally have to assume that they're not listening to you, okay? And I will tell you guys that it's okay that like you guys have not made your mastery list, but also if your party schedule is not where you want, then you got some work to do. But I tell her like right here now, this who do you know sheet, this is the beginning to your making your mastery list. And that's really good. Take a notebook and you're going to go through your entire friends list and write down every single person's name on that notebook for who is 18 years older, who is a woman, who can you ask for parties. And, you know, I kind of go through that whole spiel with her, like, you know, 1 in 25 people are going to say yes. So you have to make sure that you are reaching out to more people than just your 5 best friends. You know, and I use myself as an example. Like I actually didn't party with my five best friends until 2 years into this business. I really started with asking people for parties who were just vague acquaintances. And I tell her, I was like, you know people who like to get drunk, you know people who like free shit, and you also know people who want to get out of the house and keep sanity because they have kids. So definitely don't prejudge. So along with that sheet for the mastery, the mastery list, I give her the booking scripts, okay? And this is the part where I'm physically showing her at the very top there. I'm showing her the new consultant section. I'm starring it for her. If this is in person, if this is online, I'm again gonna like pull it up on my computer. I'm physically showing her every single same thing if it's online or in person. And I'm gonna tell her like, you know, you have to make sure that you guys stick with the script, okay? Like be a normal human in the beginning. Like you can make some small talk, tell her like how cute her kids were on New Year's Eve or whatever you want to tell her. But I have seen, and you guys can use this as an example, people who are not successful with this business. So like Mina, if you guys remember her, super cute, really sweet. But I saw some of the scripts that she was using. She literally told people not to book a party with her because she didn't want to be pushy. She literally used to say like, hey girl, I'm not sure if this is for you. It's totally cool if you don't want to have a party with me. I know you're super busy. So I just want to ask you though, if you want to have a party. Like no one wants to have a party with you because you just told them 3 times not to have a party with you. And now we're wondering why you're not doing this business anymore. So that's why I tell her, like, make sure you stick with the script. And also too, like, be genuine, be you. And then also too, it's okay that people are going to say no. It's okay that people are going to say maybe and not respond. Think about how busy your life is. Sometimes I'm guilty of it too, that you look at a message and then you forget to respond or it's bad timing. So we just got to make sure that we write all of those things down. Yeah, Erin. I know, it's so sad. But you gotta work with people who want this. So yeah, so basically, I tell her you gotta keep track of your answers for those people on your mastery list. Otherwise, you're wasting your time sifting through all of your Facebook messages, looking for what those people had responded with. And then also too, we're gonna give her and show her the booking objections. And at the top of the booking scripts, if you guys did not know, it says, when she says no, pro tip, when she says no, what you need to say, what's holding you back from having your own fun free ladies night and getting a bunch of stuff for free. And I point that out to her and I highlight and I start and I mark it up. And I say, it's okay to ask people what's holding them back from getting their girlfriends together. Because most of the time, people are assuming that they have to know everybody. They're assuming that they have to have a bunch of money. They're assuming that they have to have the space. You know, so this list of 17 objections, this is for you to hang on to. These 2 pieces of paper together, the booking scripts and booking objections in your mastery script. If you get nothing out of this but this today, then my job is done. You just have to book parties and you just simply have to ask and get your mastery list made. Basically I tell her, you know, there is, you know, a lot of great verbiage on here. So make sure that you're, you know, reading through here versus just taking a no for that. And also too, like make sure that you start your maybe later list. So like when people say, yeah, maybe in June, great, write her June party next to her name. So then you can follow back up as well. Because I will tell you guys that literally 99.9% of our team does not follow up at all at all, like literally at all for parties. For people who say maybe later, you guys are clearly the 1%. So you have to, again, just assume that your team is not following up and that, you know, the conversations after the one-on-one are literally, how's your launch party? How's your master script? How's booking parties? Every single time that you're talking to them, okay? That is what the conversation revolves around. And even also to your girls who are not new in the business, that's what the conversation is about. How's booking parties? How's selling product? How about adding people to your team? Like literally that entire conversation is the exact same. Okay, so next up on your little one-on-one agenda, we have talking about her launch party. Okay, so that section here on her checklist, we have book your launch and encore party. So you guys can click this if you haven't already. I personally tell her, I'm not going to read this to you. This is extra support in case beyond today's one-on-one, you might have forgotten anything. This is all the written steps that I'm going to show you. I'm literally going to show you step by step today, and we're going to pick a date and make an event for you, okay? So personally, I would stick with the one-on-one meeting agenda, and I would just tell her, come back to this for support if you need to make any future other parties. But what we're going to do is I tell her to grab her calendar, and we are going to grab your calendar. We're going to pick out a date for 2 to 3 weeks out from the date that you joined. So a great example is like today. So if today was her one-on-one meeting, which is the 26th, I would have her pick out a date for like February 7th or 8th. And I know some of you guys are like, holy crap, that's super soon. You guys, the sooner the better. Like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, even 3 weeks sometimes is like too far in advance because she loses excitement. You know, right? She's not going to be perfect. Like the shit is going to be a shit show anyways. Might as well have her get it over with, and then you guys can talk about it and have her just like start kicking ass. So the reason why we're going to pick out that date so soon is not only to get her started, but also we want to make her see the money fast. So if she's like, oh, well, no, none of those days work, then I really say, like, let's pick out either a weeknight or a weekend. Do weeknights or weekends work better? And then she says weekends. Great. Do you want to do a Friday, Saturday, or Sunday party? She says Friday. Great. Let's do Friday this date. And she's like, well, I can't really do that Friday. I'm like, great. What about Saturday or Sunday? So we're literally like getting a date right then and there. And then the other thing is we need to pick out the time. So it's literally like getting a hostess set up, but we're going to make the party together and she's the hostess. So we penciled it in on our calendar. I'm writing it in on my next steps worksheet for the launch date. And then I explain the encore, okay? The encore date does depend on the person. I'm not going to lie. Like Amanda, who just joined, she just had a party for me, okay? She's not realistically going to have 2 more parties. Like, it's just not going to happen, okay? I want her to start booking parties. And I basically told her, I was like, hey, Amanda, we for sure want to have 1 practice party at your house. Since you just had a party, we want to make sure that you have a little choice here. Do you want to have a second practice party at your house, or would you rather just start to book parties to make that extra money? Really kind of depends on how comfortable you are. This girl, Amanda, literally bought like $800 worth of shit from my flash sale. She clearly knows a lot about the product. So she's like, I'm just going to start booking parties after my launch. Great. If it's someone who's maybe not even shadowed a party of yours, maybe it's someone who joined and it's been years since she's been to a party, for sure, definitely get her an encore party and explaining it like it's a second party and it's a backup party for friends and family. If party number 1 doesn't work, we're going to give them the second date so she's able to just get that practice and really just feel confident and comfortable. So does that make sense for you guys? And have you guys been having your girls do the encore party, or have we totally been skipping that, or just kind of depends on the person?
I kind of like what you just mentioned. I always have them do the encore party. But like what you just said, if they just had a party, then do like the bestie party.
Mm-hmm.
So,
awesome.
Caitlin, she had her first party on Friday, and she didn't do her launch party at her house. She did it with I think it was a coworker. So she just kind of jumped right into it.
Mm-hmm.
She was just like, I booked a party and I just jumped right in. And I'm like, okay, but I would definitely do a like an in-home party sometime down the road. So
awesome. Thanks, Amanda. I see your comment, Cass and Aaron. Sounds good. So Aaron, we can definitely kind of chat about that at the very end too, okay? So Okay, so that's a little bit about like the encore party, just getting the date and also the launch party. So next, again, on this little checklist, we're going to go to making her event, okay? We're physically going to walk her through this, and I know it sometimes might seem like really handholdish, but I will say, you guys, versus if you give her like, oh yeah, okay, you're going to go home and you're going to set this all up using like the Holy Grail and these things are right here, shit is not going to happen, you guys. Even when you show her like these are the things you're going to post to your event, these are like the cover photos you're going to use, these are the messages that you're going to send to your friends, you guys, half the time they don't even do what you say. So we're really just trying to help her get it set up as possible for that first party, because kind of putting yourself back into her shoes, there is really just a lot of shit that you need to do before you have your first party. And it can be kind of overwhelming. But you guys clearly see the people who are like, you know, making it through the weeds. Those are the people who really want it. And the people who aren't, Erin, booking parties or even trying or doing the one-on-ones, this is a really fast way to weed out those people and not waste your time with them. So what we're doing with her computer, I'm having her go to her personal Facebook. Okay, so I'm going to have her open up a new Facebook tab. I'm literally going to show her exactly how to make an event. And I ask her, hey, have you ever set up an event before? And she's like, yes or no, or awesome, whatever. We click events. We're going to click private event. And I always explain why it needs to be private. No men, no kids, no babies, 18 years and older. We click create private event. And then I'm going to have her go to the little details of the launch party event. We're going to copy. Got so many notifications. We're going to copy from here on up. Click copy. And then we are going to click paste. Just so you guys know, she does need to insert her little COO party link here, and we're going to show her how to do that in a moment. We click the date. We click the time. We click the end time. We put in her address. We label it like Sarah's launch party. Woo! And then we put up the new photo as well. And that photo she's going to save from the Holy Grail. If you guys don't know about the launch or encore cover photos, they are at the very bottom here. Just want to make sure that you guys see that. I would also encourage her to do a fun theme so she could use any other fun themed photo here. So then she's going to click create event. Right then and there, you are going to have her invite 40 people. And you're going to explain to her, again, why we invite 40 people. Only half RSVP, which is 20, and only half of those 20 are actually going to show up. So she's literally going to sit there, and it's going to take 5 to 10 minutes for her to sift through. And I tell her, don't add more than 40 people. You want it to look personable. If you need to add some more people at home past 40, I really wouldn't go past 50. So she's going to do that, you know, and at this time, like, you can do whatever you need to. You can like work on your own business for a couple minutes, like whatever works, or awkwardly sit there. But anyways, she's now added her 40 people. Okay. And then I'm going to tell her, okay, on your own time, you're going to make sure that you come back to the prep for your launch party event on the Holy Grail, and you're going to click the message and text your besties about your launch party. So I tell her, you know, we obviously have to change the date and the time and the name, not self-explanatory for all. So make sure you tell her that. And we are going to copy and we're going to paste. And you can personally send this to her if you want to, if you know that she like won't come back and use this. I've kind of been doing either or. But basically she's going to use this and she's going to tell all of her friends about her launch party, telling her the importance, that's her one and only job. And then I tell her, okay, if we have the encore party set up, then if they can't make it to the launch, this script in the comments below, this is what you're going to copy and send to those people for your encore party. If they say no to that, or let's say she doesn't have an encore, then basically you're going to say, no worries, we're going to ask her for her own party, and if she's able to have a practice party for you. The terminology practice party means nothing, but to her it's like an easy, no obligation kind of thing, and it's really, really chill, and it doesn't really mean like much. It's not like as a scary word as like a party, okay? So that verbiage is super important. So like when I am talking with the new girls, I'm just making sure that she has actually messaged her girls. Most of the time they won't, so just make sure that you kind of are on them, just making sure that they're utilizing that. The last thing that we do have to do is insert the party link. So there is a video in case she needs to have that as a reference for any other parties that she does have coming up here. But we're physically going to go to her COO and we're going to show her how to enter her party into My Parties here. And the reason why is because we have the party link. So as of right now, I haven't heard that there are any issues with the party links. So I am still pushing them for new consultants. So basically when she puts it all in, then we're going to copy this link and we would put that into the event right there, right then and there, so that she knows what she's doing. And then I also do explain like how it's kind of confusing because there is no hostess for this party. So, you know, sometimes she might be like, wait, what, why, who gets the hostess credits? Like, so I basically am saying, you know, for a regular party, there would be someone who's getting free product. Since you're the hostess, no one gets the free product because you're just making full profit. So in case she has questions about that, that's really just how I explain that. So, yay, I'm glad that you like that practice party, DK. Good. Okay, so that is her launch party, okay? We've done that, and that's also on your step list here. So just making sure we did cover photo, we did the COO, we did the add the 40 people, showing her what to message the people. Last part is what to post in the Facebook events. So thank God I have a checklist. All right, so I have her physically click this, and she's going to download this, okay? So if you guys don't use something like this, I highly suggest it. I also even have, by the way, side note, I have like a fake Facebook template. So I can literally post anywhere, like from my phone. These are all of my posts. That's from that document. I made a fake group with myself. So it's just easy access. But she's going to just download that file to her computer. And then I tell her, you want to make sure that you post 2 times a week. You can set an alarm. You know, I just do Wednesdays and Saturdays, whatever works for you. But the reason why is because as we're looking through this, I'm like, it's going to tell people to bring a friend. It's going to also tell people to, that's a purchasing party, that you're going to carry a little bit inventory, that it's for, you know, men, women, and for women 18 years and older, no men, kids, or babies. So you're just setting that expectation right away. Because I will also say, you guys, make sure that your new girls are adding you to their launch party Facebook events, but you are not showing up, okay? I'm going to say this again. Your good-hearted soul is not going to their launch parties because, first off, it is always a shit show, and you are not responsible for the things that she did not do, okay? And also, you guys are way too damn busy to be going to people's parties and not getting fucking paid for it, okay? I felt super obligated for a really long time to go to people's launch parties, but she will survive because we're going to talk to her about the demo script. You're going to do some phone calls. You're going to message her on Facebook. She will be totally fine. None of you guys had a sponsor who was at your launch party, and look at you all now. You just wanted it, okay?
Oh my God, that would be so freaking awkward if you were at my launch party.
Yeah,
it would be like shitting my pants.
Yeah, exactly. So the other thing that I explain for that is you don't want me at your launch party. You want to have your friends look at you as a consultant, not looking at me like the professional. So, and I tell her and I reassure her, like, we're going to get you some support material. We're going to walk you through the things to say. You literally can read off this script. We're going to talk about that next. So, I know that some of you guys like just want to do as much as you can for them, but you literally cannot work their business for you, because I used to go to people's launch parties and I would end up doing literally all their games. And I'd be like, what the hell are you doing? So, okay. So, Cass, you're not allowed to go to launch parties, okay? We're going to make a rule. Because you got in this business to spend time with your family, and you are not getting paid to be at their launch party, and you need to spend that time with your family or working on your own business, okay? So I love you, and I love that you want to help, but you're not allowed to go. And you can blame it on Nina. Corporate says you can't go to launch parties. All right, so next up on our little thingy here, we just talked about like what to post to the Facebook events. Oh, the reason why I said make sure she adds you, because you're going to see that she's not going to post to the event, okay? Super weird. I actually have a new girl who I think actually hates me because I wouldn't get on the phone with her when she wanted me to. I was like, yeah, we can schedule a call. Literally totally ghosted me ever since then. And her friend was supposed to have a party yesterday. And so I never heard back from this new consultant. And so I reached out to her friend. I was like, hey, is Gabby alive? Like, is she still doing her party? And she's like, yeah. I was like, okay, sounds good. Like, but I had Shakira add me to the event. This girl has not even fucking posted to the event, you guys. So who knows even how it happened, but oh well. So apparently I suck. So because I didn't get on the phone with her when she wanted to. So anywho, have them add you to the event so that you can coach her. You can see like, oh hey girl, I noticed you haven't been posting to the event. Did you download that thing? Have you set alarms? Like basically just going back over that, making sure she knows what to post to the event, because she's gonna forget. So just make sure she adds you, and that's when you're like, I'm not coming to the party. Okay, next thing on your little checklist here is going to be having her shadow a party date. Super guilty. Y'all know that I have just been super overwhelmed, have not posted my shadow dates, but I'm going to do that this week. I finally have a moment. I have 3 days off of parties. It's going to be so amazing. So just making sure she knows, and I would tag her in the shadow dates here. And then us as just, being, doing our due diligence of just like updating our comment or deleting it. I do just need help with you guys, just like updating this. And then just making sure that we tag our new girls in this and getting them a shadow date. And then I'm going to have like all of the senior consultants and above post their dates here. It's totally okay if they're not a trainer. There's lots of people can shadow. So that's about the shadow date, and I have her pick up one literally right then and there at the one-on-one, and then I rate that again on her next steps worksheet and also on my next steps worksheet as well. And then I personally do invite people to the Facebook events so they can see the address, and then I write on like my party date, like in my calendar, who's shadowing me, so that way I'm able to, and plus in your Excel spreadsheet it says to like remind her the day before of the shadow to make sure that she's going, and the day of, to make sure that she hasn't forgotten. Okay, so that is picking out the party shadow date. The next thing is talking about the demo script. So I briefly just go over like, this is some things you can do in the very beginning for party prep. This is like your introduction to the party. Just read through this. You can make it on a note card. And then these are like, the product names. These are going to be the funny things you can say. So I kind of just vaguely go over this is bath and beauty section. Even if you got a standard kit, like you have some extra products on here that you can talk about. They are also on the wish list. And really just encouraging her to like keep the products that are on the pictures on the wish list, because again, like lingerie, all new consultants don't have that when they start, but it's beneficial for it just to be on their wish list. So I do kind of talk about that too at every party shadow, and you guys should as well, just so that new girls know that they should be showing lingerie just by talking about it. So that can really just be on their wish list. And also in the demo script, we're talking about like the icebreaker in the beginning. And I'm saying like, okay, like you're going to see, at my party, like, or at the party you just saw of mine, I did the stripper name game or whatever one that you guys do. Yeah, DK, I can definitely do that right when I'm done talking about the demo script. Okay. And then, and Erin, I'm sorry, I'll come back to your question so I don't forget. I just want to make sure that I address your question. So I'm talking about like what the icebreaker game is, and I'm going to tell her too, you're going to get this party brochure in your kit. So that's the party 101 brochure. If you guys haven't seen it, I would encourage like to see a new kit in person to see like what are the paper things that she gets. But she does get this really shitty brochure that's like Coochie, rash-free shaving cream. There's no funnies of the things that you can say. There's really like no flow of the party like our demo script. So in case you guys have questions about what that is, but the household chore game comes on one of those brochures there. Otherwise the stripper name game, as you guys know, is super easy. People love it. And then halfway through the demo script, you're going to see where it says like play your 8 questions game. Assume that no one plays that because they don't, and you guys need to have that conversation with her on the after party appointment, asking her, what games did you play? She has no idea what they're called. So what was the game in the beginning that you played? What was the game in the middle? What was the game at the end? Really just dissecting that party demo, because again, you have to assume she's literally doing nothing that you told her. You also have to assume that maybe she had no idea how to charge tax and shipping and take an order. Like, you have to assume that she does nothing. So when it comes to the 8 questions game, I just say like, this is in your kit. They're pink cards. There's one that has the answers on it. Make sure you play it. Okay, read over the answers so you don't look like you're reading off a piece of paper. If you want, you can make your answers your own. Like, it's great. You can make your own little note card cheat sheet. And then I talk about the very end of the party demo. You have to make sure that you're playing an envelope booking game. If you guys have no idea what the shitty envelope booking game looks like in someone's kit, it's this. Yeah, it's pink. This pink little booklet, like brochure thing, and it's got little perforated coupons on it, and it says like get $10 off your $100 order. And then it would say like book a party for like 2 out of the 10 little coupons, and then it might say like get 10% off an item, like free sample, or like it's not about bookings. Like it's the dumbest booking game ever. So really tell them they have to throw that thing away. And that is something super important, that they have to make their envelope booking game before their launch party. And that's one of the most important things you have to assume that they don't do. So the week before their launch party, just connecting and making sure that she has gone over the demo script first off and read everything, and also to made the envelope booking game, because all the instructions, how to make it, play it, everything is in this video. And obviously like a $20 item now is like a $22 item. So, you know, really just keeping it as cheap as possible. So just making sure that they understand that, you know, it might be $20 or $22 one item on that envelope. And that's what they get the night of their party when they book a party with you. I recently had a new consultant tell me she didn't want to play that because she didn't want to give away all those free items. And I'm like, you're going to fucking watch that video again, because clearly you did not. Watch it properly. So did not say that everyone gets that the day of the party. So, okay. So just making sure that they make that game. Okay. That is, at the very end of the demo script, make sure that they know that they have the 3 questions on the very bottom of that demo script, and telling her that that's going to be something where, she wants to make sure that she like writes those 3 questions down or just goes over them, especially like when she comes to her first team meeting. As you guys know, we give them that little question shopping room, a little laminated sheet of paper. That is great. Like if you guys want to, I'm going to make a note on that. I'm going to post that to the team page. I haven't meaning to do that forever. So if you guys want to give that at the one-on-one, you're more than welcome to. Otherwise, she'll get that at her first team meeting for a laminated sheet of paper. I'm personally not going to give it at the one-on-one because I think that it's going to be a little bit too much and it's a little overwhelming. So that's kind of why I'm waiting for them to come in person. And if, let's say, like, she is like booking parties. Like Amber Hall is a great example. She lives like 3 hours away from us. So, you know, we can always ship her that because you know that she's booking parties. So. Okay, so we're gonna pop back up to Aaron's question. Aaron had a great question about like, at what point should I post the same stuff in my team page like you do? I never know what to put since I'm on Steph's and yours and Ashley's. Okay, so when you guys, I do also just want to preface by saying like, your guys' job is really just to connect with your team. It's not to create incentives. It's not to create the wheel. It's not to really create anything like for your team. Like if you want to do like a weekly live video for your team of like, hey, this is what we should be working on, great. But you guys really shouldn't be coming out of pocket for team incentives. We will be having like multiple pop-up incentives for our team monthly, more action-based, not really results-based, because obviously you all know that when you add people to an EOO, you're going to have people just join your team naturally. And that's the whole point, is we just want to accelerate the actions, or things like going for the no challenge. We obviously know things are going to happen like sales and bookings or having people join because you're just simply asking people questions. So also too, like the income producing activities post, like you guys can also just be like screenshotting like into your team page, like, hey, make sure that you guys are tuning into the Hot Pockets team page so that you guys are getting entered to win the monthly drawing, or make sure that you guys are doing your party recap so you are entered into the monthly drawing. You can always screenshot and share that kind of stuff. Dana McWilliam does a great job of that because Jana does a lot of cool stuff for her team, so you don't have to be recreating the wheel. But I would not be adding your new team members to Ashley's team page. I personally don't add team members until they physically meet Ashley, because it doesn't make sense at all. They have no fucking idea who Ashley is, and they don't care until they've actually met her. That Blended Beauties team page is extremely overwhelming. And then also too, if you think about it, Aaron, you have your team page, Steph's team page, my team page, Ashley's team page. Like that is a lot for a new consultant. So just keep it simple. You don't need to be, you know, going into Ashley's page by any means until they actually want to. You know, they'll
it's a lot for me. Shit, I get confused.
yeah,
it's a lot.
I agree. So that's kind of why I like to just keep things simple. So. But when I explain it, like if she ever asks, because I mean, I am going to be getting these bags for the new girls when they come to team meetings. That's just my time that I'm going to be explaining, like, yeah, we're part of like a $3 million team page that's based out of Virginia. They're called the Blended Beauties, and we're just part of like the big Blended Beauties empire. Like that's our big team. So that's just how I explain it. So. Okay, DK, going over party shadow expectations. So, again, I just want to make sure that you guys do know that technically you guys can wear jeans to a party, but we also have to assume that new girls are wearing ripped jeans that look trashy. So I'm not encouraging new consultants to wear jeans to a party. I'm actually keeping that kind of a secret. So if you want to wear jeans to a party, like this is like my jeans, if you can't really see this. So these jeans are like super dark colored, wear it with a sweater, looking as more professional as possible. You know, you could wear it with like a blazer, you know, but new consultants don't understand that. So I'm telling them to telling them not to wear jeans. You can't wear a low cut shirt, nothing with holes in it, no graphic tees, show up with a notebook, a pen, and a water bottle. And I believe that is on the shadow date information here. Right here as well. So also too, when people get to your party, you also have to be very clear with people. Your new consultants might be super excited, you know, and that is awesome, but sometimes people don't understand social cues, that it is extremely distracting. And I personally don't like when new consultants are like excited about products and they're talking about them at the party or even in the shopping room. So right when they get there, it's okay to set the expectations of like, hey, you're a fly on the wall, write down all of your questions that you have today. And also too, please just make sure that you keep your comments and your questions to yourself, just because I want you literally to be a fly on the wall. And then I'm going to handle all the questions and all the comments that the girls have today. And same also too, right before the shopping room, tell her you're going to sit here and you're going to just take down notes and we're going to talk at the very end. Okay. I have nicely had to ask new consultants to literally stop talking. And I know that they're just excited, but you guys, it is very distracting. It can also hinder your sales. So don't be afraid to just nicely say, like in between, you know, shoppers, like, hey girl, I know that you're super excited, but I do just need you to be a fly on the wall today, just because I don't want some girls to just kind of feel weird that there's two of us in here. So if you have any questions, I'd love to answer those at the very end. Okay. So smile and nod. That's always the key to success, right? So I hope that answered your questions, DK. Is there anything like in particular about shadowing, like expectations that maybe made you ask that question, or were you just curious in general?
No, I just wanted to make sure that all of us were on the same page for expectations when we tell our girls. Like if one of my girls was shadowing you, just want to make sure she has the same expectations for me as for you, and vice versa. So just
okay, cool. Sure. Yeah, sounds great. Okay. On the checklist, we talked about the Holy Grail. All right, third page, talking about the fake order video. Okay. Also too, by the way, you guys, fun fact. Okay. Oh God, I just love the COO so much. If you guys have been noticing that when you guys enter my parties and my orders into the COO, you're not going to be getting the same total as the COO, because the COO is charging the sales tax rate from your hostess's city.
Yep, figure that out.
Yeah, so it's not fun. So I am not teaching new girls to do that. If you think about this, literally before every single party, she's got so many other things to worry about. Like, she does not need to add one more thing to her plate. So I'm really just keeping it simple. And also too, you also have to think about the door for new consultants revolves so fast. So like Erin was like, what? She's already gone? Yeah, literally the average time, you guys, that new consultant stay is 8 months. And so if you think about that, the people who are like clearly doing parties and clearly doing well, then that's when I'm going to kind of make that judgment call and just do a check-in. Like, hey girl, just want to connect with you. I just wanted to, you know, let you know, like, I just kind of wanted to help you get your bearings first. Now let's just kind of take a look at the, you know, my parties tab. Let's just kind of walk through this of like how we can make sure that you are entering in your parties correctly. We do have to technically be doing the city tax rate for each city. So what I do is I have like on my Facebook, I have her address there right before I leave. I search on Google, Eagan, Minnesota, city tax rate. It pops up. That's what I'm going to write down just like on her party kickoff form. And that's what I'm taking to the party. It is also not a big deal if you don't also do that. Like I personally don't do that. I charge everyone the Eagan City tax rate. There's different tax providers that are going to say different things. Like one tax provider told me that you needed to charge your city tax rate, and then I had another person who told me every single other person's city tax rate. So Minnesota is different. And I am going to ask my tax provider the final answer, and then I'm going to train towards that. Right now, just do with what the video says, which is just stick with your city tax rate for all the parties that you go do until we hear a final say. But that is just for you guys to know why the COO was not correct. So it's really fun. So if your new girls are asking, I would just say that the COO is based off of other cities. Because it is true, other cities, technically, you have to charge them by different city tax rates. And for Minnesota, we're a little bit different. We just charge by our personal city tax rate. And then, like, if, let's say, my tax provider is like, nope, you need to actually be charging people by their city tax rate, then I'll just, update this fake order video, and I'll be updating that, and then we can just kind of backtrack. Like, no one's really going to pay attention to that at all. So, does that make sense? I'm really sorry that this has just been a fucking shit show that I've been avoiding, and that's why we do paper order forms. So, it's been really fun. Okay, so we talked about the fake order video. I tell her to write that down. At that time, I'm having her write down her city tax rate, so we look it up together. Also, I show her the booked party now what section for the Holy Grail. So I ask her, like, hey, have you booked any parties yet? If she has not booked parties yet, then so should we be having them enter all orders from parties in there? Leave it alone if the numbers don't add up. Good question, Cass. So I would have them enter in the parties. Caitlin just did a video today. She was showing how the My Parties tab is actually calculating the profit for you. So I'm going to probably watch that video and also take that little video link and update it and put it into the Holy Grail here because it's really great. Like her video is going to show you guys like how you can use the COO to calculate your profit from parties and just letting your new girls know like, hey, it might be off by a couple cents just because the COO is taking actually your hostess's city tax rate, not your city tax rate. So this is just a general like ballpark of your party profit. So just kind of keep that in mind just because different states do different things. So that's kind of how I would explain it. And then also too, Cass, like I personally do enter in all of my parties to the COO just because in case like a customer asks like, oh, what was that scent of coochie that I got? So that way I'm able to look up underneath her account. Or also too, if I want to search for people who have, spent $150, I can actually look that up as well. And also too, you guys should be entering in your contacts to the COO so that you can send out emails. Super, super awesome. DK is like the email queen over here. And I always think about like, oh my God, if DK can do it, I can do it. So, I love it.
I will definitely say that you should enter your stuff in when you can because to enter it in later, like 100 or 200 people really sucks ass.
It does. And
very much so. I hate it.
Yeah. So to answer your question, Cass, yeah, I would go back and enter in your party orders for December and January. If you have done other things you should need to do, that's kind of like your last priority. But I would also too because the incentives, like you just kind of mentioned, like you have to enter in people's orders to get those incentives. But I mean, honestly, it's totally up to you. If you want to just start going forward, like just entering all of your parties, that's maybe what I would start to do. But also too, like for your pulling reports and stuff, there is like a little button that you can pull reports. I need to figure out what that was. Brandy told me that at the SSW about like how to look up just all of your orders in the COO. So you actually don't have to hang on to your paper order forms. It's all actually in the COO if you enter in your parties. So I would actually cast for sure for January, go back and enter in your parties. Okay. Okay. So back to if I asked her if she had any parties booked yet and she says no. So on your checklist here, it's going to say, ask again, who are your 3 party people that you're going to ask that you wrote down on your one-on-one worksheet. And then we're going to kind of talk about that. I do write down their names, just kind of follow back up with them about how asking them went. And then I let her know, once you book your very first party, let me know because we do want to make sure that you watch this video. This video is a YouTube video. I basically go over the Holy Grail.
Ladies,
Oh, God. Holy Grail and also that website, thepartyplanning.pureromance.com. And it just walks them through that. It's not a very long video. It's 10 minutes. But I will say also too, you have to expect that no one does the hostess coaching like you're supposed to. So this is literally something I also push a lot, because if you don't freaking hostess coach, they're all going to cancel. So super, super important that we are getting them. They have to get the binder. They have to have the sheets. And that's why I do give them 3 sheets to get them started in case they don't have a printer or whatnot. And also the 40 guests in 4 minutes as well. So like when she books a party, this would be a phone conversation that I'd walk her through. Before the phone conversation though, she needs to watch that video. So basically we're not talking on the phone like, okay, what questions did you have? Did it make sense? Do you have the binder? Just making sure that she is going to actually start doing this and really start scheduling out those text messages or doing something to really make sure she's sending these. I actually just had a conversation with a new girl today. She's like, my hostesses aren't really messaging me back. Like when I send the text messages, I just like feel super annoying. I'm like, great, sounds good, me too. But I'm gonna do that shit anyways, because that's literally all that I can do is like message all of her guests, text her, host the event, and then we're just gonna show up. Like it's gonna be fine. So as long as you're doing the thing, it's gonna be fine. Okay, so if she says she has booked a party, then I would take time right then and there, and I would, walk her through. We would, create the event for her friend. We would also get the cover photo. We would put the details in the event, and I would show her the text messages, and I would tag her on that post. Even if you wanted to like copy all those texts and like shoot her on the Facebook message of those text messages, have her write down like she needs to watch this video of how to do the phone call, and then basically kind of just making sure she has this as a priority to get done on her checklist the next time that you guys do connect. Okay, so, and then let's say again, she did not book a party yet, then I'm going to just tell her like, you're going to hang on to the 3 party kickoff forms for your next time that we chat, and then hang on to the 40 guests in 4 minutes. I'll explain those too. Erin, do you have a question?
No, I got booted off somehow, and I don't know what happened. So,
gotcha.
No.
No worries. Okay, so the next part is talking about sponsoring goals. So, yeah, there's only like 3 more things to talk about. So the sponsoring, that's really where I grab my black little brochure here, and all that I am showing her, I literally am covering up you guys literally the bottom part of this, okay? So she can only really see the consultant, advanced consultant, and senior consultant level, because all of this stuff down here is super confusing, okay? Also, nobody really knows or cares until they start building a team to where you guys are at. Like, think about how you guys really did not give a shit about adding people to your team until when you did actually give a shit, okay? So when it comes to sponsoring, like the sheet says here, I first start by explaining like what the VIP club is for our team, that they get to come to the team rally an hour early, they get special exclusive bonding time with VIP Elite Club. They also do get this extra special shout out per month. And then also too, the fact that she gets a cash bonus just for being a part of the VIP club. And that means that she basically has just 1 team member on her team. And then I grab my little brochure thing and I say like, right now you're a consultant. You might have a 30, 40, or 45% buying discount based on what kit you bought. And right now you get 0 bonus checks because you have zero people on your team. Your first goal is to hit advanced consultant, and that's to have 1 team member on your team. And then you're going to bump up the buying discount to 40%. And basically we already kind of went over her goals. So, her goal was to make $500 per month. That means that she has to sell over $1,000. So I say, your goal is already to sell $1,000 per month, like it says right here that you have to do. You're automatically, for having 1 active team member, either sticking around for a discount or doing parties like yourself, you're going to get a bonus $100 from corporate. How cool is that? And she's like, oh my God, that's really cool. Like, that's stupid simple cash. I'm like, yeah, it is. So what I'm going to suggest that you do is pay attention to the team page. We do have online opportunity events where you can add people who've ever expressed interest or people who you think are really, really fun, who need some extra money. You can add them to those events. And me or Ashley are going to do all the talking, and we're going to go live and give you guys that information about how to just join. So also too, I really encourage you to take advantage of a 3-way group chat with me. So I am encouraging people who I am personally training in to group chat with me. So like Kelsey Herman, actually on Caitlin's team, you know, Caitlin is still super, super new in the business. So I told Kelsey, like, hey, group chat them with me and I'll do most of the talking. And I basically told her, you know, when Kelsey was like, hey, I have girls who are interested. What do you want me to do to group chat with you? Then I gave her some verbiage, literally to copy and paste into the group chat. It was basically like, hey, Nina, this is Sarah. She's super excited to learn some more information. Can you give her some more info? And then that's when I go into my questions that I'm going to be asking the leads, like what you guys have learned on Promotion Bootcamp. So and then basically I show her like the senior consultant requirements. I kind of walk her through that you get even a bigger discount, have 3 people on your team. You're, you know, doing $1,500 in personal sales per month. You're going to get a bonus $200 per month. Plus the VIP Elite Club, they get freebies. Like you guys all get free gifts at team meetings. And you also too get that exclusive bonding time. Also too, they get these really cool jackets. And then that's like when I have mine and I'm showing her it and they're all like, oh my God. And then also too, just telling her like, yeah, they also get free fun events like monthly that when we do fun events. So basically it's just gonna be some really cool stuff. And that's all like on your little checklist here of like how to really just explain it. So the last couple things here on just telling her like, hey, just make sure that you get like an accordion file folder, or like if you just want like a file bin, just one file folder for all of your receipts per month. And then also just keep like literally any receipt that you've ever purchased from Puromits, like whether it is clothes, whether it is shoes, whether it is bags, or maybe it is, a pen or a notebook, anything that's for specifically your business. That's just super important. Then you hang on to that. We do have a tax bookkeeping class every single year that's going to help you organize those receipts. And then the only other thing that we have to keep track of is like your driving. So like you driving here is actually a tax write-off. So keeping that round trip mileage, whether it's to the post office, whether it is to, Starbucks in between 2 parties, whether it is to your hostess's house or a team rally, do the, mileage round trip. And you're going to basically get all of that mileage back on taxes. You generally get paid about 56 cents per mile during tax season for the trips of the miles that you drive. So on my calendar, I just wrote round trips on each of the dates of how many miles I drove. At the end of the month, I just total them all up. So super simple. Last but not least, I am giving her the team incentives. So that file I do have to upload. I'm super sorry, you guys. I of course printed it, but I forgot to upload it to the team page, I think. So I just have to double check that's the old one here. So I'll be uploading that later tonight so you guys can all have the new one with the pictures on it. And we will get you guys that for your new girls as well. So that is the one-on-one. So what questions do you guys have for me about physically the one-on-one, if any questions?
Would you say they're probably at your house for about an hour and a half, 2 hours? Not an hour.
Yeah. So I am telling her 2-hour time block because as you guys saw, I talked really fast. And so I like, the 2-hour time frame. It generally has been taking 2 hours, just because, especially for people who have a lot of questions. Like Amanda really was here for 2 hours and 15 minutes the other day, because she had a lot of really great questions. She clearly is someone who's researching a lot of things, so she had good questions. And then also too, I do make sure that the people coming to your house, I do message them the day before, the day of, and I do tell her to come a little bit early too. And you guys, if she's late, like 15, 20 minutes late, it's okay to tell her that you need to reschedule because that is just disrespectful of your time. You guys really do. You got people to do, places to be. Your time is valuable. And if she's going to be that late to a one-on-one, then sorry, girlfriend. Like literally, if she drove 2 hours for your house, like I would tell her to turn around. Like, you guys, like 30 minutes late to a one-on-one, like you would be fired from a job. Like this is a job. Like, okay, so it's okay to tell people, like, if you're gonna be late, then sweet, sounds like we need to reschedule. So, also too, the expectation is that they show up to your house when they live within 2 hours of your house. That is just the expectation. So like Autumn lives an hour and a half. I'm literally making her drive to my house for the one-on-one. She's been wanting to relaunch her business for over a year now. to tell you the truth, she's done absolutely nothing with her business. And if she wants my time, then she's going to come to my house. Like, cool. We'll match your effort with my time. And let's relaunch your business like you say you want to. And she's like, okay, cool. Thursday night, 8 o'clock, sweet. So we spent till they're in. Like, it's just the expectation. It's a job. Like, there is no meeting in the middle. Like, because then that makes you have to leave your house. So you'll be fine though. Okay. Also, for those of you guys with kids, I would also get a babysitter while you're at your house, or if you need to, if your kids are going to be crazy, you need to leave your house for the one-on-one, go to a Starbucks. It is extremely distracting. I have had people bring their kids to my house. Never again is going to happen. So I can only imagine how distracting it is with your own children. Because it will take way longer than 2 hours if your children are there. Being a little crazy. So, good idea, Erin. So yeah, also your babysitters, by the way, are tax write-offs, so take advantage. Make sure that you write down how much cash you're giving them. Put it underneath gifts. All right, any other questions about the one-on-one meeting in person? Okay, so for the after party appointment call, for all of your guys' new girls, maybe who joined like 6 months ago, within the past 6 months, 9 months, if you guys have not done the after party appointment call with them or connected them with them specifically about like what they're feeling confident with for parties or what they're not feeling confident with, I would use the after party, appointment meeting agenda guide, just so that you can know like what are they feeling confident in, what are they not feeling confident in, and also doing the 90-day check-in. So just starting now, if you guys haven't been doing those phone calls, I really would just get into the habit. Get yourself a notebook, make some, papers up for all of your team members, and just starting to keep track of like who's working, who's not working, who's on your first, second, and third down lines, and really just getting things into place. Because the excuse that we keep telling ourselves of like, "Ooh, I'm just a hot mess express," like the shit is not going to take you to hitting the President's Club that you want to. Because all of you guys do want to hit President's Club. Some of you guys do want to hit board of directors eventually, sooner than later. So you all just got to get your poop in a group, okay? I'll tell you guys that it feels amazing to not feel like the driver of the struggle bus anymore, and I can be the driver of the struggle bus in my personal life. Like, I have like literally 2.5 sinks full of dishes that need to get done, a bunch of laundry on my floor. It's totally cool. Like, but my business cannot run like a hot mess if I want it to go places. So my personal life is fine. It's clearly not going anywhere. Why I'm single. Just kidding. Maybe that's why I'm single, you guys. I need to get my life together. Okay, so for the Excel spreadsheet, let's talk about the Excel spreadsheet. DK, I don't mean to put you on the spot, but I just want to give you an awesome shout out that you mentioned a while ago that you've been doing really good with checking the Excel spreadsheet. So do you mind just telling us, like, when do you put that into your day and how do you make that a consistent thing?
I make it consistent, honestly, at my full-time job because it's very boring. So I'd rather work my business then, and I feel like I have the time and I can focus. And that's when it's easier for me to pull it up because I don't.
Awesome. How long do you say that it probably takes you to like just pull it up really quickly? Like 5 minutes? Are you talking, DK? Because I cannot hear anything. What is happening? What is life? My God, this is so slow. Can anyone hear me?
I can hear
Okay,
you.
I'm back now. I don't know what happened.
I'm unsure. I thought it was me.
Oh, no, it was probably me. Okay, did you guys hear anything I said?
Yeah, I did. You had said that you opened it up at work.
Yes. So I open it up at work on my full-time job because it's very boring. And I feel like that's the time that I can get my business work on when I need to be like on the computer. I love how it actually, you plug in like the top part, you plug in all those dates. And then at the bottom, it starts to basically tell you the dates you should be checking in, what you should be checking them on, especially when you're starting to train a lot of girls. I think this definitely helps to remember like what steps you're on, what you should be following up on, what you've already followed up on, and things like that. So If you haven't used it and if you haven't plugged through it, I would definitely say do it. Save it on your computer. It's freaking amazing. Yeah.
Cool. Thank you.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you guys, just total honesty, like who has actually even looked at this?
I don't know how to use that program. However, it is on my to-do list, my real one.
Okay. And Erin, do you have Excel on your computer or iPad?
I don't know. I don't think so. I don't even know how to use the damn iPad. But if you can tell me, I know I have like Docs and Drive, which I still don't even know how to really use that. I'm sure there's an app for Excel. I mean, is that something, do I have to like pay for the service or do I have to buy that?
No, I've done this from my iPad, so you should be able to. So if you do have questions about it, because you said you just have an iPad, right? Sorry, like
I have an iPad that I've used solely so far for this. I do have a computer, but I don't usually use it for this stuff.
Okay. Do you have, is it like a laptop or?
Yeah, it's a laptop.
Okay. I would start to get into the habit of making your laptop your priority to use this. I'll say that it'll probably be a lot easier to use on a laptop. But yeah, honestly, when you are on your laptop and you just download this, it'll just automatically generate when you put the correct dates in. So you guys will see this in just a second here. And I'll just briefly do this. And then these numbers 1 through 37 are correlating with the sheet called Trainer Coaching Guide. So this is what I have printed off. I just have one copy and it's laminated. Those are going to be telling you what needs to be done for what number. So it's going to literally tell you like send welcome message. So on that sheet number 2, it's going to tell you exactly what to send for that step. So do you guys all have your trainer coaching guide in front of you? Because then you'll basically be able to see. So Amanda, have you checked out this Excel spreadsheet at all for new girls?
Yeah, I have. I don't have it on my computer because I don't have like on my laptop Microsoft Word. I just messaged AJ's mom because she was supposed to give me like the CD something to like get it for free and download it in my computer, or else like Microsoft is like really expensive. So I'm waiting for her to check and see if she has it, because I can't even like edit my wish list because I used to do that all at Saks. So
okay.
So I'm in the process of getting all that.
Okay, cool. And just to let you know, Microsoft Word and Excel and everything is only like $60 per year to do that. And that's actually, you don't even have to have a CD anymore. You can actually just go to their website and you can just sign up for like their yearly subscription. And I'm sure that they have some sort of like monthly payment that you can do as well. But I will say that like this for sure needs to be a priority for all of us to be using. And then, yeah, super, super important. So, and then Cass, have you checked this out, done it a little bit or not so much?
I legit just updated it like 2 days ago with Nikki and Terria's stuff, just because like they're the only two that I've actually been like doing the entire training system with.
Yep.
I keep in contact with Candace like constantly, so I don't have a spreadsheet for her, but I'm going to set an alarm in my phone to start checking it because I have it like buried in my training folder inside my Pure Romance folder.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll set an alarm to check it like twice a week or something.
Yeah.
Now that I'm sitting home and everything.
Yeah, I like the idea of an alarm. So for me personally too, like that's what I was doing this week for like how to remind myself of posting to the EOO is I just have a little alarm. So maybe it's like the first thing that you do in the morning and setting aside like an extra 15, 20 minutes, or maybe it's right before you go to bed. But if you guys are looking at your training coaching guide, and I'm just going to go over this for like the last 5 minutes here, your training coaching guide, this is actually 3 pages. So I do have just it all in its own separate sheet. So that way, when it comes to filling in these people's information here, so let's do Sarah Johnson. Let's pretend that she purchased the kit on the 1st of 2020. Let's say that she was going to watch the video by the 20th of last week. let's say that she was also going to watch this video by the 20th of last week. So that's like the team video and the PR party completion. So that's like the welcome video and then the party thingy. The one-on-one date, let's pretend that that was today. And so then we're not going to really fill in the party shadow, launch, encore, bestie, after party date, or 90-day check-in until we're at the 101, okay? Deadline to become active. So that is for the deluxe and the standard. She only has 60 days, so I would put in that date. So technically 60 days from January would be some date. Let's pretend that it is that date. I'm literally just making shit up off the top of my head. So you would actually look at a calendar for that one. Deadline to remain active. So that would be like premium kits. Okay. So if she bought the premium kit, she has 60 days in. Okay. She's already active. So then the next following month, so it would be like March 31st, she would have to make sure that she places at least a $100 retail order to remain active with her business. I would fill in all of this information here. Important to put down sponsor because maybe it might be someone who maybe you didn't sponsor, but you're training her in. Sometimes their profile name is also different. I am also putting in the IP date here as well because it's not listed here, but it is something I put on my paper copy, and I am also putting it here as well. But also, as you guys see here, the green means that it's due today. So this is literally like, have the awesome 101. Woohoo, we just did that. But before all this stuff happens, looking on your training coaching guide, it's literally going to tell you step by step. So step number 1, make sure her contact is saved in your phone. Woohoo, we did that. Step number 2, welcome message. So here is a little script that you can send her. I would start, just sending them that message to you and also tagging them in the Holy Grail. You can do one or the other, whatever you are finding is most effective. Sometimes people miss tags on Facebook, so I wouldn't rely on that she saw the Holy Grail. Add dates for them to watch both videos. So that's what we just did here. So like today I told Adam, like, hey, are you able to watch the 2 videos by Thursday? And she's like, yep, I'll have them watched by Wednesday. Great. Then that's what dates I would put here the day before the one-on-one there. And then put a little check, add them to the Facebook group. Perfect. And also all the events. So make sure you guys are adding new girls to the upcoming events. So I know some of you guys just added new team members. Make sure they're in the team rally coming up and the team wine battle as well. And then also too, follow up for making sure that both videos are watched. So number 5 says, hey name, I know you had committed to watching both onboarding videos by yesterday. What was your favorite part of them? So it's really just going to give you script by script. And then also too, if they watched it, this is what you say. If they didn't watch it, this is what you say. So it's a really great step-by-step verbiage. Sometimes people are not going to have the videos watched, then you're just going to have to get them a new date for their one-on-one orientation. If they have not watched the videos, we don't do the orientation, okay? Do we need to keep updating that date? I assumed no. What specific date are you talking about, Cass?
The days till inactive or days to activate or whatever. I assume no, but I figured I would ask anyway.
Yeah, no, you'll be fine. It's really mostly these dates down here are the most important because that generates further darn dates here. Number 6, check in to ensure that tomorrow's still good for the one-on-one. So come Wednesday, I'm going to message Autumn like, hey girl, just want to double check. Like we're still on for tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Here's my address. Make sure you bring in XYZ like I've already told her. So that's going to be step number 6 that's listed there. Step number 7, print off the one-on-one meeting agenda. You should already have this printed off. Just one. I'm just using a laminated sheet of paper so I can just like check off like with a dry erase marker so I don't have to keep wasting paper. Number 26 or number 8, 9, 10, 11, that's all doing the one-on-one. And then after the one-on-one is sending her a handwritten card for doing the one-on-one. I would suggest to make sure that you guys are sending her a card and also too putting in the card. Hold on. Oh, I guess all my fake money is downstairs. To put in a fake $100 bill. So if you guys want to grab fake money from me at Saturday's team rally or Sunday's team rally, and Erin, Steph has some fake money as well. But just putting in $100 bill, like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to help you add a new team member so we can get you an extra $100 bonus check. So it's really just another visual for her to just stay focused. Like, dude, you could literally make $100 extra just by having one team member. Because if you guys think about it, think about how big your team would be if every single person on your team had one team member. Like that would be awesome, right? And then they're just going to see the money faster as well. So that's going to be step number 12. It's just a handwritten card with a $100 bill included with that. So someone make a note, remind me Sunday that I need to get you guys those $100 bills. Step number 13 here. Check to see how her launch and encore party event is going. So basically it's giving you verbiage here, and you're just asking like, you're seeing guests are saying yes to go in, but then there's also verbiage that you see that she has very low attendance. So just making sure that she's personally messaging people. Is she, posting to that event? Number 14 is ensure that she has doing the checklist on her training website. Because you also can't assume. Yeah, Amanda, it's not your first person to say that. People literally don't understand that that's literally said fake money on it. But it's okay. So maybe write on the $100 bill in permanent marker, like what would you do with an extra $100? So, or I can't wait for you to add your first team member. You can physically like, write it on the $100 bill and then just like put it into that envelope. Yeah, no, I did hear a lot of people thought that was real, and I hope no one literally tried to use it at like Walmart, because the shit is literally not even the same size, you guys. I'm like, ooh. All right. Number 15 is check in for the date for the shadow. So this is going to generate, once you put that shadow date in there, let's pretend that it's the 30th. Now that is going to generate. So these don't go in order. So just making sure that you would do pay attention to that. But basically you're going to remind her like, hey, tomorrow's shadow day. Hey, today's shadow day. So just making sure that you do check out that those dates don't technically go in order. So for like number 17, that's not in order. So we got up next. Basically you're just going to check to see like, how is the party planning going? So like, is she posting to the Facebook event? Like, did she book any parties? Does she know what she's doing for those parties? Also too, like, hey, tomorrow your launch party, you're gonna send her a cute little welcome message. Launch party today, woohoo! You can give her a little shout out. Encore party, again, that kind of depends if they have it or not. Making sure you do know when her first real party is, just so you can really help and coach and guide her and just ask if she has any questions. But just wishing like her message before, asking how it went. And then those dates will generate once you put in launch encore bestie party date here, okay? Also to the after party date appointment, I really am just trying to catch her on the phone right when she has one party. So it might be her launch party. It might be a party with a friend. She might do that first. So I'm really trying to do that phone call right away, because that's really where you can catch her if she's super defeated, because most of your new girls will not have very many people at their launch party. And you guys all know, like Cass, you had a small launch party. Amanda, you had a small launch party. Aaron, I'm not entirely sure, but that is super normal, and they feel like it's just that, and they feel so alone when like two people show up, and just making sure that they know, like, doesn't matter how many people show up. Yeah, I mean, it looked like 0 people showed up. So that does not define their success. So really just catching them right away on that phone call is super important. Just going over those conversations. And again, like, how's your mastery script going? How's your bookings going? Are you using the booking objections? Like, you're going to be a broken record. But if you're not talking about those same things, she's not going to get the picture that the most important thing is to book parties, okay? Okay, 27 is going to be your 90-day check-in. That sheet is also in there that we kind of talked about, that you're printed off, giving, her a team shout out of like her first party, or maybe something that she's feeling confident in. Maybe she did not have a big launch party, but maybe she felt super excited, that she, met a new friend, or maybe she felt super awesome of like talking about the Coochie Cream. Like, find something positive to shout her out about. It doesn't have to be sales. And then also too, again, just follow back up with the who do you know sheet, booking parties, objections, and then maybe just like posting something cute like on her profile, like super proud of you. 31 is going to be following up to make sure that, she understands that she can be adding people to her team. That's a great opportunity for you to personally message out that we have an upcoming EOO, because not everyone is going to understand like how our EOOs work. Again, we're connecting about the who do you know sheet. Also suggesting that she rewatch that party video again. Doing the 90-day connection call reminding her of the call, and then just sending her a handwritten thank you. So all of those fine details are on this sheet. So just make sure that if you guys don't have this printed out, that it is important and you do need to print it off, because it's going to give you verbiage and step-by-step instructions what happens with each one of these steps. And like I said, most of those are going to generate by filling out these dates right here, okay? So I got like 2 minutes. I got to pee. I got to go set up my van. Then we got to go live for the EOO. Woo! So cutting this close. So what questions do you guys have? And if no questions, then we got to go.
Real quick, the people that go inactive, do you delete them off of this Excel sheet at the bottom, or do you keep them on there?
Delete them.
Okay.
Good question. All right. If you guys have any extra questions, we're going to write them down. Yes, Cass, perfect. I'm going to make a note. Schedule call Cass. Cool. And I have
Aaron wants to.
Yeah. Thanks, girl. Yeah. You guys, I have Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday open. What is this? I know. So I love your guys' faces, and I will message you and Cass and Aaron after tonight's EOO. All right. Love you guys, and I will talk soon. Bye.